Hi, welcome to Chasing Spindles, my life being crappy at everything crafty. It is Monday, January 30th, 2013, and this is the last show before New Year's Eve. This is episode 6, Spinning Christmas. So let's get started. Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Sasha, also known as Spin Pixie everywhere on the interwebs, and I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season, or if you're not celebrating a holiday, I hope you're just having a wonderful day. And I am myself coming off the heels of a wonderful Yule, which has yet really to be celebrated with friends because I haven't gotten to see them yet, but I will soon, and that'll be wonderful, and yay. Christmas was awesome with the fam, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the babbly, so if you don't want to hear the babbly, just go ahead and fast forward, and I will call you back. So, before I go into the babbly, welcome to new viewers. If you're a returning viewer, welcome as well. I will go ahead and let you know where you can find the show, all over the place as a matter of fact, at the end of the show. So never fear, if you found me on YouTube, I will tell you where you can find the notes to the show and all of that whoop. So, my week was pretty cool. Christmas with the family was pretty great. On Monday, which is where I started my week, I was running to catch the train and made it to my train destination in time because the bus sometimes runs late, and my commute schedule is so that if I mess up, I'm kind of screwed for that day because everything is a one-time shot. My train, my bus, all of that stuff. So, got to my train on time, bought my ticket, and whilst I was waiting for the train, I heard like this death growl, like this, why do I have to be alive right now, kind of sick sound, and I was like, uh-oh. So I noticed this guy just hacking and coughing away, so I thought, well, perhaps I will stay away from him. And I decided I was going to walk all the way to the other end of where the trains come and wait for my train there so that I would not get sick, because I cannot afford to get sick. Quite literally, actually. So I went and I waited over there, and I heard it coming closer. So I decided that if he was coming my way, I was going to go back the other way. So I went back the other way where all the people were, and I waited for my train. So my train came, and I have this thing lately about sitting at the top of the train, because there's like there's the bottom floor, the middle floor, and then there's the top floor. And so I will go sit on the top floor because I like to watch the sun come up, because I'm on my train early enough to where along my commute the sun starts to come up. So as I'm watching, as I'm sitting there and I'm getting all my stuff ready to knit, I hear it again. And out of all the cars and all the trains, he walks into mine. So he came and he sat a couple seats down from me, and he was just totally miserable the whole ride, just coughing and hacking. And on the one hand, I felt sorry for him, but on the other hand, I'm like, buddy, come on. So that was that. So I was trying to avoid getting sick that way. And then when I got to my parents' house, where I was staying, everybody was sick. My mom was sick, my sister was sick, and my brother and his girlfriend were getting sick. So yeah, that was not fun. I tried to stay away from them, but being that it was Christmas this week, not going to be an easy task. Um, so I went to work on Monday. It was pretty easy. Um, they were doing just kind of quiet time activities, nothing really loud for the residents. I'm guessing that they were hoping that the residents would go away for the week, which we were hoping, because it's always good to know that the families come and pick up their mothers, fathers, and whatnot. Um, so so that was nice. Um, so Monday was easy, just basic stuff, feeding patients, feeding residents, and all that. Nothing huge. I tried to spend Monday night spinning, but that was not so much going to happen. I felt like I was back in beginner mode. Um, because every once in a while, like, I wouldn't call myself a beginner anymore at spinning. I'm still learning, obviously. I'm always going to be learning. But I, but I do consider myself kind of a little bit beyond just being a beginner. Like, I've been doing this for almost a year, so I know I'm not advanced yet, but I know I've kind of at least found my feet with spinning. But it just seemed like Monday I was back to square one. I don't know if I was tired. I don't know what the deal was, but for some strange reason, I couldn't do it. I sucked at spinning. Every time I would join, I'd be spinning, and then all of a sudden my spindle would drop. Like, because I didn't have enough spin in the join. And I'm like, what the hell? So I decided to put it away, and that was my Monday. I just was done on Monday. I went to bed early and cranky. Tuesday was Christmas Eve. Went to work, came home, felt like I like the days where I feel productive, but at the same time it really doesn't even feel like I did anything. So that's how I know I did a good amount, because I feel accomplished, but I don't feel tired from it, which is good. Plus I had a lot of coffee. So Tuesday was a lot of coffee day. Went to work, did all that stuffs, and came home, and my niece and nephew were gonna come over later that night for Christmas Eve dinner, which I wish I had known, because I didn't buy them anything, because I didn't think I was going to get to see them. So they came over, and my nieces and nephew were born when I was pretty young. So I never really have been like an aunt to them. It's more like a sibling thing. So when they come over, we just kind of sit. We always sit together, and we just talk, and we make each other laugh, and do all kinds of dumb stuff. And I really just enjoy my time with them, because since they've gotten older, it's become more scattered, and I don't get to see them nearly as much as I used to when they were growing up. So I really, really enjoy my time with them. So on Tuesday, which was Christmas Eve, we were just sitting around playing games, eating. My youngest niece, who's 13, taught me how to play the cup game, which is cool because I always wanted to learn how to play that. It's the one where you like smack the cup around and then you pass it, and it's pretty fun. So we did that. I told them by next year I would like to have a set of Cards Against Humanity, because my older niece and nephew will be old enough to play, and that'll be fun. So, and I mean, it's not like my nephew is 19, so he's totally old enough to play, but my niece is 16 right now. I'll feel better about introducing her to that game when she's a little older. So, so that was Christmas Eve. It was really fun. We opened presents. It was fun. When everyone went home that night, which it just didn't seem like enough time with my niece and my nephew. I keep saying my nieces, and my nephew. It just didn't seem like enough time. It seemed like it went by too fast, and it's really sad to think about, because I live way far from them now, and I really don't see them like I used to. And so it just seemed like not enough time. So they went home, and everything kind of got quiet. My parents went to bed, and I was sitting there, and I decided, okay, well, I shopped for everybody. I still have money left over for buying gifts. It's time to buy me some presents. So I went Christmas shopping for me. Um, so there will be some stash on the way, or there is some stash on the way, and there will be more to come because I have my eye on something, and I'm hoping no one buys it yet, and I'm giving myself time to think about it. But I do have my eye on something in a shop, which I'm hoping no one gets by the time I can decide whether or not I want it. So I did do some shopping. There will be some stash on the way. And then I called it a night. But I will tell you this. Fairy Tale Spun and Unwind Yarn Company did make a little money off me. On Wednesday, which was Christmas, I saw my brother and his girlfriend. They came in and we opened presents, and I felt bad because I didn't have anything to give anyone. Not because I didn't buy anything. It's all over here in a pile. But my brother's present is way too big to take on a train, and then the other two presents I have are fragile. So I didn't want to carry them on the train. I was hoping that I would get a ride to my parents' house from one of my aunts, which I actually will be getting a ride there on next week. So I'll be able to give my presents out next week. But I opened up my present from my brother, which is amazing. Every year, my brother, for my birthday, he gets me something Simpsons, and for Christmas, he gets me Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. And that's pretty cool because, I mean, I know there was thought put into, like, oh, okay, well, I know my sister collects this, so let me get her this. And for a guy to do that, that's pretty cool. So, my brother and I have always kind of been close, and I really love that. So, I hope he likes what I got him and his girlfriend, because I think it's cool. I think half of it is cool, because half of it is Giants and the other half is Dodgers. So, not a Dodger fan. So anyway, so we did the Christmas presents, and then I went home with a lot of ham and tamales. And I don't really necessarily, I can take or leave tamales, but I like them in the house on the holidays because it reminds me of my grandma. So, yeah. So, there was that, and then I basically, I was basically spinning Christmas. When I got home, I was sitting down watching TV, and I just felt like spinning, so I figured I'd pick up the Sunset again. So I picked up Sunset, and I did do some spinning on Sunset. But then I was watching podcasts, and whenever I watch podcasts, let me tell you, when I don't feel like knitting or spinning and I watch podcasts, it really, really inspires me to just go for it and just to spin. It really just, it does inspire me. And so I just kind of went nuts spinning fiber, and I was even so inspired that I picked up the Naked Merino fiber I've been spinning for an eon. So let's go ahead and get into my progress. So if you didn't want to hear the babbly and you fast forwarded, come back. It is time to talk of knitting and spinning. So I'm going to change cameras, and then I will show you what I'm knitting and what I'm spinning. So this week in Whirlwind, I will be showing you what I have been working on. As far as the merino silk that I was talking about earlier, I didn't bring it to show you today because there wasn't that much progress on it. There was a bit, but not too much. At least I don't think there was that much from the last time we saw it. So hopefully when you see it next week, there will be a lot more progress. So what I have been spinning, I don't know if you can see behind me, but right here is the setting rack that I have for all my yarns, which means I am almost done with Sunset on Galfrey. I wanted to be done by this show, but it was just not happening with all the problems that I've been having. And let me explain some of them to you. First of all, this is all that I have left to spin, which should be done today, and I wanted to have it done before the show, but it just wasn't happening. because I'm kind of inchworming through the rest of this, and let me show you why. For those of you who are beginners out there, keep in mind that you're never too advanced to be back at beginner mode. Because, as I mentioned earlier, when I was spinning on Christmas, I was having a hell of a time joining. I was having real problems just with everything spindle related, and so I just put it down and picked it back up again. So here is my cup of Sunset on Galfrey as it is right now. I've been posting pictures on Instagram if you follow me as Spin Pixie. And I can't believe how full this is. This is part of my problem. So one of the major problems that I'm having is that my cup is so full that I can't spin properly. What's happening is that it's coming unraveled, and the part that is on the hook will come, the yarn will come up, and there'll be an unraveled mess just on top of my whirl. And then I'll have to unwrap, and then unwrap, and then unwrap, and it turns into a mess. So I watched this video on YouTube. I believe the person who posted it was called Expertly Dyed, and I will put the link in the show notes on the blog so that you guys can watch this little trick that she does where you wrap your yarn and then you bring it back up onto the hook. So you have a total of 3 pieces of yarn on your spindle, and it keeps your yarn in place. And that's basically what I've been doing. I followed her tutorial, and it really helped me out. I have been having some problems since the cup kind of got full, and you can see there's a part right there in the end where it's starting to come up, so I need to hurry up so I can see about setting that twist again. But I'm trying to finish all of these 2 ounces without winding off, because I think I'll have a pretty even and pretty beautiful single. I don't want to really unwrap it too much because I don't want to mess up the preparation that I have for when I start to spin again, but it's really coming along quite nicely, and I'm really enjoying spinning again since I learned this trick. I've also parlayed this onto my top whirl, or my bottom whirl, when spinning the merino, and that has helped tremendously. So yeah, you are never ever too advanced to learn some tricks, and if you're a beginner and you think you've gotten it and you kind of feel like you're back at square one, it happens to everybody, especially, you know, when it's least convenient. So I did do a little spinning on that. Did do some spinning on the merino that I've been spinning. This I'll probably have done by the end of the day. And I've really just been enjoying spinning this wool. The only time I did not enjoy it is on Christmas when it kept on not joining properly. But that's more me and less this. Sadie does some beautiful fibers. And again, this is Sunset on Galfrey from the Knitter's Nightmare Shop, which is run by Sadie, who is the hostess of the Yarnivore podcast. And that is, I can't believe this is almost 2 ounces on this whirl. Almost 2 ounces. So if I can get the rest of it on there, I'll have it set and thwacked and ready to show you by next week. My goal is not to take that with me when I go to my parents' house. My goal is to take the naked fiber and have that to spin on this week. Next, we'll go ahead and get into whippets. So for works in progress this week, I have a few things. Give me just a second. Sorry, didn't mean to get all up in your business there. Let me put away the spinning stuff, and then we will proceed. Okay, for Whippets, I do have more to show you than I am going to show you today. But I'm taking my time in showing you the other thing that I'm showing you that I need to show you because I want to have it more finished. Because I really want to explain how I did it. Because I think it's pretty, and this is probably one of my great works right now, because as a really crappy beginning knitter, to be able to do something like this and have it come out the way that it's coming out has been really great. So, I will show you one thing that I'm working on, which you saw last week. And that is my zebra cowl. And my zebra cowl, again, all up in the business, I am sorry. Okay, my chair is squeaky. Let me just take off my stitch marker. I have one of these old school stitch markers that was my grandma's. They're so simple. They're just these. So my zebra cowl is slowly but surely showing progress. This is 120 stitches that I've casted on for this cowl. The first first 3 rows are ribbed rows, and then I do 3 or 4 rows of stockinette, more rows of ribbing, and I've just kind of been alternating between ribbing and stockinette. And this is on Red Heart Super Saver in the zebra colorway. And I really, really love this. I'm actually thinking about turning this into a hat. Not this particular piece, but I want to get some gray yarn and turn that into a hat. I think it would look really cute as a hat, just not in this material. I'm really, really enjoying this. It's given me some opportunity to practice with the ribbing. Let me get the yarn out of the way. Sorry. Okay. It's given me some opportunity to practice with the ribbing, and I really think I'm getting better at it. It's not by any means perfect, but I'm really enjoying the way that the progress on this is coming along. I should have this definitely done to show you by next week. But this is one of the reasons that I was kind of, I don't know, sapped of my mojo. Because I feel like I bust ass on this, like, every time I work on it. But, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, like I'm running in place. So this is, I try really hard to work on it and work on it. Since you've seen it, I think when you saw it last, it was probably here. So it's grown quite a bit since last you saw it, but it just seems like I should have it done for being a week span of time. That's the amount of yarn I've got left. Hopefully I'll finish the cowl in this, because it would look really weird to finish it in another color, which I'd probably just use black. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to show you in Whippets this week. Let's go ahead and get into Queued Up. Okay, so this week in Queued Up, what I wanted to talk about was a little more of the natural dyeing and the knit along I would like to have. I wanted to know what your favorite patterns were and what some of your first patterns were. And I got a little bit of feedback in the boards, so thank you to those of you who are in the boards and being active. I'm going to give it another week before we actually decide on a pattern, and then we'll do a knit along. And again, if you'd like to donate prizes or anything like that, let me know on Rav or on Plurk, or you can email me, and that would be much appreciated. So we will definitely be getting into a knit along very soon, and as well as a dialogue. I got text bombed. So, we'll be getting into that very soon. Now I got Twitter bombed. I'm turning off my phone. Okay, so we'll be getting into that very soon. This year I would like to do a lot more stuff like that. Also, snuggles are being done again this year. So, in regards to snuggles, I'm not even going to try and get into the podcaster challenge because I simply do not have enough of you out there to win anything. But that's not my MO. My major focus right now is on trying to get snuggles for a particular shelter. So if you are in the Southern California area and you do want to donate snuggles somewhere, please contact me on Ravelry or Plurk, and I will let you know of a shelter who could really use them. Um, and it would be really, really wonderful to get some snuggles for these people. So if you are doing the Snuggles Challenge, then more power to you. I will be making some snuggles. If I can make one, at least one, by the time the challenge is over, I will be trying to do some snuggles and get them donated to the shelter. So if you would like to help me and donate some snuggles with me, please let me know. And that's pretty much it for Queued Up, so let's go ahead and get into the outro. You can find me everywhere, pretty much a Spin Pixie, Ravelry, Plurk, Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. You can find the blog at chasingspindles.blogspot.com, and you can also find me right here on YouTube. So until next time, keep on chasing spindles. Bye! Hello again. So I'm recording an addendum to this week's episode because no sooner do I finish recording than my landlady tells me my packages have arrived. So I'm doing an addendum in which we will have epic fiber frenzy. Epic. Okay. So, I have tons to show you, but before we get started, Amber, you need to walk away, and Christina, if you're watching this, you need to walk away too. So go away. Bye-bye. Okay, so now let's get started because I have a lot to show you. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is from Fairy Tale Spun, and you can find her shop on Etsy, and I will post in the blog where exactly you can find her. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm not going to read off all of the blends because each of these Rolags is a blend of many things. And also, first of all, before I get started, if you are a beginner, it's good to start with Rolags. They can be a little bit intimidating, but they often have many blends of fibers so you can get a feel for the different types of fibers and figure out which fibers you prefer to spin before you spend your money on a bat or a braid or a fiber. So, I'm going to show you some Rolags and some Poonies, and hopefully you'll enjoy. Okay, so I am so stoked, and like I said, I'm not going to read off all the blends because the blends are many, and I will put pictures in the blog as well as I will put pictures and I'll also have the tags with the different blends. So this is her card. It is from Fairy Tale Spun, and she is on Etsy. Okay, so there's that. And then let me dig around here for the colorway. This is the Crayon Box colorway, and it's 23 grams, and it came with 3 rolls. And these are Rolags. I think that she does a really good job of dyeing these fibers. This is only the first one I'll show you. I've seen them because I had to retake this because my lighting went wonky. But don't you just love those colors? So that is the first colorway. And let me find the card so that I'm not mixing all of these up. And again, that was Crayon Box. Next, we have one of my favorite Rolags, which is Skull Colors. I'm not even looking at the colorway because I know what this is. I saw it and I wanted it badly. I think there are 7 Rolags in here. Isn't that pretty? I cannot wait to spin these. And this is also a multi-blend. The next one that I will show you is Sleeping Beauty. The next two sets that I'm going to show you are of the Sleeping Beauty colorway, but the thing of it is that they're different fiber blends, so they look different. And I will put these on the blog so that you can see them. Oh, sorry, hold on. Let's try that again. Very pretty. And now this is the second Sleeping Beauty colorway that I will show you. I've had to make room in my stash box for my new fibers is. There's some sparkly in this one. So that is the second Sleeping Beauty colorway. So these are all from Fairy Tale Spun on Etsy, and I really don't want to give you her information because I've just so enjoyed what I've bought that I'll definitely be back there soon, and I don't want you taking all the pretty colors. But since I'm nice, I'll put the information in the blog so that you can get your hands on some of this stuff too. So that is just one part of the fibery goodness today. Now I will show you what I got from Unwind Yarn Company. Both of these packages were ordered on Christmas Eve and they are here on Monday, so it's taken less than a week for both packages to arrive. So big happiness there. Okay, so I totally scored because there was a sale at Unwind Yarn Company, and I scored 2 Kaleidoscope bats. And these are also blends of fibers, different fibers. This is set number 11 is what I will show you first, and they're all different types of fibers and such. I have taken pictures of these already, and I'll put them on the blog so that if you want to get a better view of the fiber, because they're going to be a little bit wonky when I show them right now. That's pretty true. They were coming out washed out, maybe because the sun's gone down a bit. They're coming out better. But I've taken pictures, and they will be on the blog so that you can see these. And there are 6 bumps of fiber in each bat. And they came with a little satchel of lavender, which was pretty. It smelled yummy. And I got one more tiny little bump of fiber to show you. There was a crow just having his way out there, just yelling at everything as I show you all my fiber. And this, I believe, was set number 11. Yeah. And these are her Kaleidoscope bats. Now I will show you, my hair was stuck in the chair. Now I will show you set number 13, which is also a Kaleidoscope bat, micro bat. This is soft and squishy. Are you just loving this? Like, it's all this wonderful fiber. A lot of these are wool blends. There, that's a little bit better. And they're in these like tiny little hanks. Or tiny little braids, I should say. So that is, oh, and there's one more. Oh, there's two more. Hold on. That's one. And finally, this one right here. So I have lots of fibery yumminess in my stash now, and this will keep me happy for a minute. And some of this is going as Christmas gifts to friends, but they don't know what yet, so even if they peek, they don't know what they're getting. So if I find out you guys peeked, you will be getting coal in your Yule stocking this year. So that is it. That is the wonderful stashiness that I have managed to acquire here in Fiber Frenzy today. I am not done by any means. There is still more stash to be had. But I just was complaining last episode about how I didn't have pretty yarn and da 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 da. So now I will. And yeah. So I am going to go divvy this up, and you need to watch the rest of the show. Depending on where I place this, it might be at the end since it is an addendum. Anyway, I will see you next week, and keep on chasing spindles. Bye-bye!